The Death of Procrastination, the wake-up call. I think I'm gonna stop for today. My head is pounding and I'm just not seeing the results I expected. I'll pick this up tomorrow when I feel more motivated.
Sit down. You aren't going anywhere.
Why are you being so intense? I said I'll do it tomorrow. What is the difference between tonight and tomorrow morning? I need to rest.
The difference is that tomorrow is a lie you tell yourself to feel better about giving up. You think you have time? You don't. Listen to me clearly. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It is a murderer. It is actively killing your future second by second while you sit there making excuses.
That is a bit dramatic, isn't it? It's just one night off. You don't understand the pressure I'm under. The circumstances just aren't right at the moment.
Stop blaming the circumstances. I am sick of hearing about your bad luck or how tired you are. Do you think the world pauses because you are tired? Do you think success waits for you to be in the mood? You are addicted to the comfort of your own excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying I need support. I need to feel like I'm ready before I take a big risk. Is it wrong to want to feel safe?
Safety is an illusion. That comfort zone you love so much, that is where your potential goes to die. You are waiting for a sign or for someone to come and tap you on the shoulder and say, "It's okay, I'll do it for you." Let me kill that hope right now. No one is coming.
What do you mean?
I mean, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to rescue your life. Not your parents, not your friends, and certainly not me. You are the only person who can change your reality. If you keep waiting for support or validation, you will wait until you are an old person filled with regret.
But how can I push forward when I feel this weak? I don't have that fire, that motivation that you have.
You are confusing motivation with discipline. Motivation is a feeling. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline is iron. It is doing what is necessary even when you hate it. Especially when you hate it. You think I want to be up at 4 a.m. every day? No, but I do it because I refuse to be a slave to my impulses. It just feels impossible. Every time I try to step up, I get scared that I'll fail. Then be scared and do it anyway. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. You can choose the pain of discipline today or the pain of regret for the rest of your life. Which one do you want?
I don't want to regret my life.
Then silence that voice in your head that says later. Burn your escape routes. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Look at me. Are you going to walk out that door and continue this meaningless existence, or are you going to stay and fight for the person you could become?
I'm staying. Tell me where to start.
Good. Pick up the pen. We start now. The Forge of Discipline.
I'm trying, but I'm staring at this page and my mind is completely blank. It feels like there is a wall in my head. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this level of intensity.
That wall is not a lack of talent. That wall is your ego. You were terrified of producing something imperfect, so you produce nothing at all. You are paralyzed by the fear that your best effort won't be good enough. Get over yourself.
It's not just ego, it's exhaustion. My brain feels like it's shutting down. How do you keep going when your body literally screams at you to stop?
You ignore it. You treat that voice like a noise in the background. Right now, your brain is negotiating with you. It says, "We have worked for 10 minutes. Surely we deserve a break." If you listen to that negotiation, you lose. You must become a dictator over your own mind.
A dictator? That sounds unhealthy. Isn't life supposed to be about balance?
Look at where balance has gotten you. It has gotten you unfinished projects, broken promises, and a life of almost. You can have balance when you have built something worth resting on. Right now, you are in the trenches. You don't need balance, you need momentum.
So I just sit here and suffer? Is that the secret? Just suffering until it's done?
You change your relationship with the suffering. You stop seeing it as a punishment and start seeing it as the price of admission. Every time you want to quit but don't, you are callousing your mind. You are hardening your will. That is the victory. The result on the paper is secondary to the change happening inside you.
I think I understand. I'm waiting for the work to get easier, but the point is that I have to get stronger.
Precisely. The mountain does not get smaller. You just get better at climbing. Now stop looking at me for approval. I cannot carry you up this mountain. I can only point the way. Turn your eyes back to your work. My hand is shaking. Let it shake. Just don't let it stop. Right.
This sentence is terrible.
Good. Write another terrible one, and another. You cannot fix what does not exist. Action, imperfect, messy, chaotic action is infinitely better than perfect inaction. Keep going.
I'm doing it. It hurts, but I'm doing it.
Keep that pace. Don't look up. Don't celebrate yet. You are just beginning to wake up. The trap of comparison.
Okay, I've written 3 pages. I felt good for a moment, but then I made the mistake of checking my phone. I saw what Alex posted. He's already finished, and his work looks effortless. Why am I struggling so much when it comes so naturally to everyone else?
Give me the phone.
Wait,
I need it for... I said give me the phone. You are poisoning yourself. You look at a screen and see a curated, polished lie. You see the trophy, but you do not see the sweat, the blood, and the years of failure that bought that trophy. You are comparing your behind-the-scenes chaos with someone else's highlight reel.
But it's discouraging. It makes me feel like I'm miles behind. What is the point of running if the race is already over?
The race is only over when you stop running. Listen to me. Envy is dead weight. Every second you spend looking at his lane is a second you are not moving forward in yours. Do you think a lion looks around to see if the other lions are hunting better? No, it focuses entirely on the prey. Be the lion.
It's hard to ignore. It feels like everyone is moving at light speed and I'm crawling through mud.
Then crawl. If you have to crawl, you crawl. If you have to claw your way inch by inch, you do it. The speed doesn't matter as much as the direction. You are obsessed with the destination, but you are neglecting the process. You want the glory without the grind.
I just want to know that it's going to be worth it, that I'm not suffering for nothing.
There are no guarantees in life. That is the terrifying truth. You could work your hardest and still fail. But I can guarantee you one thing. If you do nothing, if you let this jealousy paralyze you, you will absolutely fail. You are choosing between a chance of victory and a certainty of defeat.
That's a bleak way to look at it.
It is the only honest way to look at it. Stop looking for validation outside of yourself. Your self-worth comes from the promises you keep to yourself, not the applause of others. When you go to sleep tonight, the only opinion that matters is the one staring back at you in the mirror.
You're right. I'm wasting energy on things I can't control.
Exactly. You have a finite amount of energy each day. You just spent 20% of it worrying about Alex. Take that energy back. Channel that frustration into your work. Make your anger productive. Don't be mad at the world. Be mad at your own complacency.
I am mad. I'm angry that I let myself get this weak.
Good. Use that. Let that anger be the fuel. Sit back down, deep breath, tunnel vision. The world outside this room does not exist. Begin again. The price of freedom.
I finish. It's done. My brain feels like mush, but I actually did it. I suppose I should feel ecstatic, but honestly, I just feel tired.
And the terrifying part is knowing I have to wake up and do it all over again tomorrow.
Now you are touching the truth. Most people think success is a single moment of glory, crossing a finish line, holding a trophy. It isn't. Success is the relentless, boring, unsexy grind of doing the work day after day, year after year.
That sounds miserable. Is this really all there is? Just endless struggle? I thought the goal was to reach a point where I could relax and enjoy life.
Define enjoy. If enjoyment to you means returning to the couch, turning off your brain, and consuming garbage, then you learned nothing tonight. True enjoyment comes from capacity. It comes from knowing that whatever life throws at you, you can handle it because you have mastered yourself. But I don't want to be a machine. I want freedom. You have it backwards. You think discipline is a cage. Look at your life before today. You were a slave to your impulses. If you felt lazy, you didn't work. If you felt scared, you hid. You were a prisoner of your own emotions. Tonight, for the first time, you disobeyed your weakness. That is freedom.
It feels heavy. This responsibility, it feels heavy.
It is heavy. Mediocrity is light. It carries no burden, but it has no meaning. Greatness is a heavy load. You must decide if your shoulders are strong enough to carry it. If they aren't, the door is still there. You can go back to being average. No one will stop you.
No, I can't go back. I saw what I'm capable of tonight. Going back now would feel like dying.
Good. Hold on to that fear. The moment you think, I've made it, you begin to rot. The battle against the darker side of your nature, the lazy side, the fearful side, never ends. You win it today, you fight it again tomorrow.
So what's the next step?
Go to sleep. Rest is not a reward. It is a necessity for the next battle. But set your alarm. When it rings, do not hit snooze. Do not think. Feet on the floor. We go again.
I'll be ready.
Don't tell me, show me. Now go. The Entitlement Trap.
I did everything you said. I woke up early, I put in the hours, I sacrificed my weekends. And guess what? I didn't get it. They gave the position to someone else, someone who doesn't work half as hard as I do.
And?
And? What do you mean and? It isn't fair. You told me that if I disciplined myself, if I mastered my will, I would succeed. I held up my end of the bargain. Why didn't the world hold up its end?
Sit down before you embarrass yourself further. You are acting like a child who cleaned his room and now expects a candy bar. You think the universe owes you a debt because you finally started doing what you were supposed to do?
I'm not asking for a handout. I earned this. I suffered for this. What was the point of all that pain if the result is exactly the same as if I had stayed in bed?
The point was to build the person who can survive this moment. Right now, you are tasting the bitter truth of life. You can commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. The question is, does this loss break you or does it sharpen you?
It feels like it broke me. I feel stupid for trying so hard.
That is your entitlement speaking. You believe that input must always equal output. You crave the transaction. I pay sweat, I get gold. But the world doesn't work on your transactional logic. Sometimes you pay sweat and you get nothing but silence.
Then why bother?
Why should I keep grinding if the outcome is a gamble? Because the alternative is to be a victim. If you quit now, you prove that you were only doing the work for the prize, not for the mastery. You were a mercenary, not a warrior. A mercenary fights for pay. A warrior fights because it is who he is.
I don't feel like a warrior.
I feel like a failure. Good. Feel it. Let that disappointment burn a hole in your chest. Most people run from that feeling. They numb it with alcohol or distraction or blame. Don't run. Sit with the failure. Look it in the eye. It hurts. It really hurts. It is supposed to hurt. If it didn't hurt, it would mean you didn't care. Now here is the test. The old you would use this failure as an excuse to spiral back into laziness. Oh, the system is rigged, why try? Is that who you are?
No, I hate that version of me.
Then prove it. The measure of a man is not how he acts when he's winning and everyone is cheering. It is how he acts when he is defeated, exhausted, and forgotten. Can you stand up when there is no hope of a reward?
I don't know if I have the energy to start over.
You don't need to start over. You are not starting from scratch. You are starting from experience. You are stronger today than you were when you started, even without the trophy. So dry your eyes. We are going back to work.
Right now? Can't I have a moment to grieve?
You had a moment. It passed. The world is moving on with or without you. Pick up the pen.
The silent grind. It has been 6 months since we started. I show up, I do the work, I don't complain, but I feel like I'm running on a treadmill. I'm sweating, I'm exhausted, but I'm standing in the exact same spot. Is this really working?
You are looking for fireworks again. You want a dramatic transformation every Tuesday to pat you on the back. Real growth is boring. It is quiet. It is often invisible to the naked eye.
But how do I know I'm not wasting my time? I see no results. The numbers aren't moving. The feedback is the same. It feels like I'm banging my head against a wall.
Have you ever seen a stone cutter working on a rock? He hits the rock 100 times without as much as a crack showing, yet at the 101st blow, it splits in two. Tell me, was it the final blow that did it, or was it all that went before?
It was all of them, obviously.
Exactly. You are currently at strike number 99. You see an unbroken rock. I see a structure weakening from the inside. The problem with you is that if you don't see the crack immediately, you want to drop the hammer and walk away.
It's just hard to keep the intensity up when every day looks exactly like the last. I'm bored.
Boredom is the final filter. It is the gatekeeper of elite performance. Amateurs look for excitement. They want the rush. Professionals, they fall in love with the boredom. They fall in love with the repetition because they know that repetition is the mother of skill.
So I'm supposed to just be a robot, wake up, work, repeat until I die?
You were supposed to find peace in the ritual. Stop obsessing over the outcome and start respecting the daily standard. Did you execute today? Did you give your best effort even though you didn't feel like it? If the answer is yes, then you won the day. String enough of those days together and the rock will break.
I guess I'm just afraid that I'll wake up in 5 years and realize I was digging in the wrong spot.
That is a risk, but digging nowhere guarantees you find nothing. The doubt you are feeling is a distraction. It is your brain trying to save energy by convincing you to quit. Don't negotiate with the doubt.
It's deafening sometimes.
Then shout louder with your actions. Work is the antidote to anxiety. When you are busy executing, you don't have time to doubt. You are thinking too much and doing too little. Get back to the hammer.
101 blows.
Maybe it's 1,000. Maybe it's 10,000. It doesn't matter. You don't stop swinging until it cracks.
The crab bucket. I almost didn't come today. I went out last night for the first time in months. My old friends, they looked at me like I was an alien. They laughed when I ordered water. They called me obsessed and boring. It felt like I didn't belong anymore.
You don't belong anymore. You are grieving a version of yourself that is dead. Did you expect them to applaud you? Did you think they would celebrate the fact that you are reminding them of their own lack of ambition?
But they're my friends. We grew up together. I don't want to lose them, but every time I'm around them now, I feel like I'm suffocating. They just talk about the same old drama, the same complaints. It feels petty.
This is the law of the crab bucket. When one crab tries to climb out, the others don't help it, they pull it back down. Your friends are not bad people, but they are terrified. Your growth shines a light on their stagnation. To keep themselves comfortable, they need you to stay small.
So what is the solution? Do I just cut everyone off? That sounds incredibly lonely. I don't want to end up successful but completely alone.
There is a difference between being alone and being in solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being by yourself. Solitude is the glory of being by yourself. You are entering a season of isolation. It is the price you pay for leaving the herd.
I miss the connection. I miss the ease of just hanging out and not caring about the mission for a few hours.
You can go back to them. It's easy. Just lower your standards. Apologize for trying to be better. Laugh at jokes that aren't funny. Complain about a life you have the power to change. They'll welcome you back with open arms. But ask yourself, is their acceptance worth your potential?
No, I can't do that. I sat there listening to them and I realized I was bored. I felt pity for them, and that makes me feel arrogant.
It is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are vibrating at a different frequency now. You cannot be an eagle and continue to scratch in the dirt with the pigeons. You have to be willing to fly alone until you find other eagles.
Will I find them?
You will, but you won't find them in the bars or the clubs where everyone is numbing their brains. You will find them working. You will find them in the library, in the gym, in the boardroom. Real recognizes real. But until then, you must learn to be your own best company.
It's scary.
Walking away from your past is scarier than the work itself. Growth is a shedding process. You are shedding your old skin, your old habits, and yes, your old circle. It leaves you raw and exposed, but the new skin that grows back, it will be tougher than anything you have ever known. Let them go.
Goodbye to the old days then.
Don't look back. You aren't going that way.
The internal voice. I didn't call you yesterday. I wanted to. Everything fell apart at work. The project imploded, my team panicked, and for a second I felt that old urge to just curl up and hide.
Interesting. But you didn't call?
No. I reached for the phone and then I heard your voice in my head. You were screaming at me. No one is coming. It made me so angry that I put the phone down. I went back in and I fixed it. I handled it alone.
And how did that feel?
It didn't feel good like happiness. It felt powerful, like I finally had control over the chaos. I realized I didn't need your permission to be strong.
Finally, you are beginning to understand. I am not your crutch. I am not your battery pack. My goal was never to drag you across the finish line. My goal was to install that voice in your head so that I become obsolete.
It's strange though. I feel different from everyone else now. I watch people complaining about traffic or the weather, and I just feel detached. Is this what it takes to become cold?
It is not coldness, it is clarity. You have stopped wasting emotional energy on things that do not matter. You used to be a leaf blowing in the wind, happy when the sun shone, depressed when it rained. Now you are the tree. The weather changes, but the roots hold. That is not cold, that is stable.
I think I'm afraid I'm losing my humanity. I'm so focused on the mission that I forget how to relax.
You are not losing your humanity, you are shedding your fragility. We live in a world that celebrates weakness and calls it vulnerability. There is a time for softness, yes, but when you are in the war, and life is a war, you need armor. You can take the armor off when the battle is won, but not a second before.
The battle never seems to end, though.
That is the secret. The battle is the life. The struggle gives you purpose. Without the dragon, the knight is just a man in a tin suit. Embrace the struggle. Stop wishing for it to be over.
I guess the old me is truly dead, isn't he? He's not coming back.
He is dead, and you killed him. You killed him with early mornings, with late nights, and with a refusal to quit. Do not mourn him. He was weak. The person sitting before me is dangerous, and that is a good thing.
I'm ready for the next level, whatever it is.
Good, because we are done with the basics. Now, we build the empire.
The empty chair.
I've mapped out the plan for the next year. It's aggressive. I'm going to double the workload. I figured we could go over it next Tuesday at our usual time.
We won't be meeting next Tuesday.
Why? Are you traveling? We can do a video call. I really need your eyes on this strategy.
I am not traveling. I am finished. You and I are done.
What? You're firing me? After everything we've achieved? I thought I was finally proving myself to you.
You have proved yourself. That is exactly why I am leaving. Look at you. 6 months ago, you were begging me for motivation to get out of bed. Now you are handing me a battle plan for world domination. You don't need a mentor anymore. You need a mirror.
But I'm not ready to do this alone. I still have doubts. I still have days where I feel like a fraud. If you leave now, I might slip back.
If you slip back just because I am not in the room, then you learned nothing. If your discipline relies on my presence, then it is not discipline, it is obedience. True power is what you do when no one is watching, when the chair opposite you is empty.
It feels like you're abandoning me right before the biggest fight of my life.
I am not abandoning you. I am setting you free. As long as I am here, you will always look to me for the final yes. You will always second-guess your own gut. You have to learn to trust your own judgment, even when it is terrifying, especially when it is terrifying.
So this is it. Just goodbye?
Do not make this sentimental. We are not friends. We are allies in a war against mediocrity. I gave you the weapons. You know how to use them. Now go fight.
What if I fail?
You will fail, again and again. But now you know the secret. Failure is not fatal, it is fuel. You will fall, you will bleed, and then you will stand up and keep moving, because you are no longer a victim. You are the master of your fate.
You're right. I was looking for a crutch again. I don't need it.
Correct. Now look at that empty chair. Imagine me sitting there if you must, but realize that the voice answering you is finally your own. Thank you for being hard on me. Don't thank me. Just don't disappoint yourself. Now get out of my office. You have work to do. Watch me. I won't be watching, but the world will.
Great work today. Keep going. Every lesson helps you improve your English. I'm excited to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fun lessons. Keep learning and see you again soon.